What's going on, family? What's going on, future grandbabies? What's going on, YouTube? I figured I'd pop up in here and express my feeling, excuse me. I've tried to be open and honest about what bike life means to me. And right now, I'm going through something mentally and emotionally that I feel like I need to share with you. By the time you see this, I would have already told my mother that I'm not going to be able to make the cross-country trip and pick her up and go touch the water, at least not this year. Lord willing, there'll be some time in the next year, hopefully early in the next year. Mostly because, if you've been following, I've been dealing emotionally with a lot in regards to the government shutdown. I'm having to make some difficult decisions financially in order to keep us afloat, considering my spouse is a federal employee and is one of those federal employees that most likely will not get back pay or reimbursed, before I'm so in debt that I ain't got no choice. So I'm being put in a position where I'm going to have to basically, pay bills and kind of dwindle down things that I had saved up in order to make ends meet. I guess the point of me jumping in here and speaking about this topic is because that is how much I enjoy the bike life. It's a severe disappointment for me. I mean, yeah, I can go local. I can do some local runs, and it won't hurt. You know what I'm saying? It won't beat me down as bad. I got friends here in the state of Georgia. I know I could crack, at their house. You know what I'm saying? And they've been real good to me. Some good folks I've met along the way. But as far as long range trips, I'm not going to be able to make that this year for the rest of the year until I can get over this hump. I've already had some circumstances, considering that we were impacted by the first pay period of the furloughs or government shutdown. So now I'm having to deal with going into the third week, almost a month of what's going to happen to the federal employees. And I don't blame. I'm not in here to talk politics. I just it sucks because my whole vibe is about being on the road. So I'm probably going to end up taking a short range run somewhere, maybe a day, maybe two, just by myself to keep my mind right. I don't know, maybe I'll go up north for a minute before it gets too cold. Or if it gets too cold, I might head southwest a little bit, just maybe 1,000 miles out, overnight and come back, or 500 overnight and come back, and then make it 1,000 miles altogether, just to breathe and get my mind in a place where I can deal with the stressors of having to deal with life. Anyway, the point of this is, as I said before, is really just to share, every aspect of the bike life. The bike life to me is how I maintain mental stability, you know what I'm saying? Emotional stability. And I gotta be honest, this whole thing hurts. I was really looking forward to making this trip for many reasons, but it would have been nice to be able to do a mother-son thing, go touch that water. I mean, she ain't riding the whole country, but you know what I'm saying? I would have go picked her up, it's a 5-hour run from her spot to LA. And it would have been just nice to, go touch the water, and my mom would have been there to share it with me. You know what I mean? And, but it is what it is, man. I mean, I'm not the only family, we're not the only family, rather, that's impacted by the furlough, the government shutdown. And it is what it is, but I'm telling you, I mean, you might as well have kicked me in the stomach and stole my wallet, knowing, the reality check that has hit me today about not being able to ride really is a gut check. I said one time you know, on a ride, on a video, I was speaking about how easy it is to talk to y'all because I can't see you in front of me, you know. And that still holds true today. I guess that's one of the reasons why I consider this therapeutic. I'm just, you know, wanting to be able to come in here and express how I feel. My attachment to the bike life is not deep rooted, but it is certainly something that is being concrete for me, and I'm not getting any younger. I started late, and I really just want to ride. I want to ride. I got so much going on in my life that riding eases some of that struggle, some of that pain. Tell me, what does riding do for you? Are you like me? Are you someone who needs to ride? I mean, I need to get out. I made the mistake today, not today, but yesterday, of not riding to a training that, you know, I could have got a good 180 miles one way into, and I did it, and I didn't do it because I was tired. You know, I was physically tired, but I could have done it physically. I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna cage it, man, because I'm a little tired right now, which is probably the better thing to do. But now I regret it because I feel like the reality of not being able to go on my cross-country run is really sinking in. It's really sinking in. And quite honestly, it's not necessarily permanent, right? That's not, and I don't mean permanent. It's not necessarily finalized because, you know, things could change in a day or two. The government could reopen, and, you know, both sides can basically get back to doing the people's work. And, you know, that would put my wife back to work, right? So I wouldn't have to worry about if I'm hurting my family by taking a cross-country trip or not. And that's basically how I feel. I feel like me taking this cross-country trip would be too selfish on my part if I did it knowing that, you know, I was a two-income family. Now I'm going down to one, and I don't want us to struggle further because I chose to make a run that I know is going to be 4 stacks at least, you know, with hotels. Well, maybe, I mean, it might be maybe 3 stacks. I don't know. If I, you know, not necessarily slummed it, but if I wasn't so bougie, I'm a bougie rider, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's going to be at minimum 4 stacks, you know what I'm saying, to be safe, you know what I'm saying, out there, you know, as far as food and hotel or what have you. But to take that stack and, you know, go out there on this road when I got mouths to feed and the bills to pay is irresponsible. So, man, that's where I'm at. Anyway, if you have an issue or something that's complex that's forcing you to rethink decisions, you know, jump in here in the comments and let me know, man. Let's share. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem putting it out on the line like that. I guess the okay thing is that here, regionally speaking, there's a lot to see that I haven't seen. So I'll just try to explore locally to the end of the year and figure out what to do when all this mess is over. Listen, you know what it is. It's your boy Bike Life Commando coming at you from the Coastal Empire, sharing his most inner sorrows with you. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a woe is me. This is a venting session. So please don't take this as a woe is me. But if you got yourself a motorcycle in your garage collecting dust, pull it out, gas it up, and go enjoy the ride.